Mike Moore Media.
On our media line, Mike Crawford, the mayor of Stokesdale, our monthly get-together. Hey, Mayor, how are you, sir?
I'm well, Mike. How are you this morning?
I'm doing just great. And you have a special guest.
I do. We're going to speak with our new deputy clerk for the town of Stokesdale. His name is Robbie Wagner. We'll do a little interview with him once I get past some of this housekeeping stuff I need to take care of, just to give you some information about what's going on in Stokesdale.
Okay, terrific. We're with you. We're ready.
All right. Friends of Stokesdale, this is a voluntary group that tries to promote the town of Stokesdale and the businesses that are here. On every Tuesday, I've mentioned this before, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., currently they're having a farmer's market. It's at the United Methodist Church, which is nearly at the intersection of Highway 158 and 68, which is what I consider to be about the center of our town. Mm-hmm. The Friends of Stokesdale also had a fundraiser last night. I haven't gotten any information as to how it went. There was a dance social, if you will, very close to us, and hopefully they had a good turnout. We'll know a little bit later.
Okay.
On October the 1st, we're having a Farmers Day. This is where the Friends of Stokesdale have invited any of the farmers in the area to come in. It's a day to recognize our farmers. I'm sure most everybody around here realizes we have built our town on a rural economy, and we are still very much rural, although we're growing very quickly with new construction. But we want to recognize the farmers, and that's on that's on October the 1st. It's going to run from 9 to 4 p.m. Again, it's at the United Methodist Church. It's going to be food, fun, music, and games for the entire family. They are also going to have a little Mr. and Miss Farmers Day contest. It's for ages infants to 5 years old. They are requesting, of course, costumes, and that's how it will be graded. Costumes, personality, and just bring the kids out. That's the whole thing. Let's all get together for a day of community.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you, Mike, but I read something the other day, and I want to share it with you. Just have it right in front of me here. In a winter's chill or a summer's heat, a farmer works so the world can eat. Thank you, farmers.
Amen. That's the truth. And that is very much the truth. We're also hoping that we're going to have some people that will bring out some of the older equipment. We hope to have some show and tell, but we'll have to wait and see. But that is, again, October the 1st from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay. Our community, based on our size and our town size, we depend so much on volunteers, and it's voluntary groups like Friends of Stokesdale, and we have some others, but they're integral in making sure that we are still we're still here and we're still recognized by the community. We have been currently doing water workshops every other Tuesday. We just had one this last Tuesday. What we have is, due to the federal grants and some state grants that have been given to us, we've got some money that needs to be designated. We requested the money for our water system, and our plan right now is to improve, make sure the infrastructure is where it needs to be. We are, in this case, we're looking down the road 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, because the water system will be here, and it has to be maintained. We've got to have a way to keep it up, and it has to sustain itself. This money is set aside strictly for water. We're oddly enough, if we buy our water from Winston-Salem, oddly enough, if we came up short in our water bill, we cannot legally take taxpayer money to pay that water bill. It has to sustain itself. So sadly, it'll have to be done with fee increases and water bill increases. If you know anything about the town council, you know that the last thing we want to do is impose a fee or a tax. Mm-hmm. But it's going to have to be done so that it can be maintained. The council meets every second Thursday for the town council. For the Parks Committee. We also are trying to do some things with our park to improve it, to make it better for our citizens and also the surrounding community. Our council meeting is done every second Thursday from 7 p.m. until. I get to lead the meeting, so until isn't nearly as long as it used to be, for what it's worth.
Okay.
But anyway, that's pretty much a general recap without boring you to death with all the little details and things like that. But let me introduce you to our new deputy clerk, Mr. Robbie Wagner. Robbie, what are some of the most interesting things you're finding out about this particular job?
Well, this job in particular, it's very interesting to see how the town of Stokesdale operates. The fact that they can do so much without ever imposing a penny of property tax to any of its residents is pretty remarkable. In my opinion, the town of Stokesdale should serve as a model for all other towns to be like in the state. I feel like if Stokesdale could do it, I don't know why everyone else can't do it. It's pretty incredible, a town of this size to have all of the amenities that we have on no property tax is just remarkable, and I love to learn all the ways that we're able to do it.
Talking about our size, it's we've got a situation just in our park where we've had to do some repairs. That one of the drainage pipes had a sinkhole close to it. It had to be dug up and had to be repaired. And as luck would have it, it actually is on a soccer field, so it's got to be fixed. But who's taking care of that, Robbie?
Well, I was out there watering it this morning, so I'll give it a little water, but I'll give credit to council as well. I know we had Councilman Rigsby and Councilman Landreth out there helping out yesterday, and I think they're going to take over this weekend, but we all split the duties here. But I got out there this morning, set the sprinkler up to make sure that expensive turf gets all the water it needs.
Very important, very important. That's the point. Being the size that we are, we do all try to pitch in and do whatever it is we can. I had to ask you, what's the most boring part of the job that you're doing?
Let's see, most boring part, I don't know. I guess maybe going back and listening over some of these meetings. The meetings themselves are not that bad. They get a little lengthy sometimes, but I guess when you go back and listen to them a third and fourth time when you're typing up some minutes, that can get a little boring. But I don't know. I've yet to get too bored just yet. It's still new and still exciting, so I can't say I've fallen asleep yet, but I keep coffee nearby.
We've got to give credit to our interim town clerk, Dale Martin. She came to us from Kernersville some time ago, and she's been good enough to provide us with enough time and enough guidance to keep the council members out of jail, I guess is the best way that I know to describe it. So Robbie's learning this thing really from the ground up.
Yeah.
We are hoping that he will eventually move into the town clerk position. There may be some bigger and better things down the road. We've talked about a variety of things. As the town grows, we know we're going to have to add staff, and we'd like to get them in as soon as we can and get them trained and give them the opportunities that are going to be here. What do you do in your free time, Robbie?
In my free time, I guess, let's see, I'm either attending a council meeting, a park committee meeting, or a water workshop.
Those are not free times. Come on now.
No, I'm kidding. No, usually in my free time, I guess my two biggest hobbies are I've got a Beagle Shepherd. Her name is Zoe. She gets most of my time, and so that dog is spoiled rotten. And then I've also just bought a bike right before I came on here, and so I spend a lot of time out riding that. It's getting a little cold now, so I'm not riding it quite as much. But that's usually what I do in most of my free time, and just try to stay outside and fish. And in the wintertime, I don't know, I kind of have to stay inside and stay warm.
Now, you don't live in Stokesdale. You actually live in Stokes County, I believe, right?
That's right. I live in Rule Hall, just right outside of where I grew up in Germantown, North Carolina, the big town of Germantown, and but not too far from Stokesdale. And I tell you, I spend enough time here, I've kind of considered the idea of moving a little bit closer, if not inside.
Well, we are so pleased that you're with us. I think I can speak for all of the council members when I say you've done a very good job in the short time you've been here. I know you've worked with our Mayor Pro Tem, Derek Foy, in securing these grants that we have. And the most recent one was a $3.1 million grant that we got through the Guilford County County Commissioners. Mm-hmm. And that's going to go a long way with our water work. So we're busy with that. Is there anything you'd like to add?
I just want everybody to know that, I've got a lot of tasks here at the town, but, for what it's worth, my biggest concern is just building a relationship with the people here in the town. And so my door's always open. The door to town hall here is open during business hours. Come in and say hello, introduce yourself. If you've got any questions, we're here to help, and just want to make Stokesdale the best town it can be. And it's already pretty good, so it's tough to make it any better, but we're going to keep on working it to make it the best town.
Well, as I've always said, I think since the first time we started this broadcast, Stokesdale's a place to live. We'd love to have you out here. We're building, the contractors and the developers are building homes all the time. I think if you come out, you'll find something that you like. We've still got some available land, if that's what you're after, and also some very, very nice homes. So please, come take a look at Stokesdale. And, Mike, I think that's going to pretty well wrap it. Am I too short?
Nah, right on time. And thank you for introducing us to Robbie. Good to get acquainted with him. Sounds like a sharp young man, a good addition.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be on here.
Look forward to meeting you soon. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, have a great weekend in Stokesdale.
Thank you, sir. You too.
All right, thanks. All right, that's our monthly Stokesdale update with Mayor Mike Crawford, and as you just heard, introducing us to new Deputy Clerk Robbie Wagner. And good to get that update on all kinds of good things happening around Stokesdale. And a reminder, you can go to the website, get more information there if you're interested in what's happening in town at Stokesdale.org. Our program is sponsored by Buy Right Supermarket. I hope by now you've been to the new Buy Right there at the end of Ellisboro Road as you leave Madison, turn there on Ellisboro, and right there at the end of that you will find Buy Right Supermarket, their new location. They're open 7 days a week. They've been in business since 1965. And with the weekend here, maybe you're planning a cookout. Looks like the weather's going to be perfect for something like that. And, of course, they still have that meat department, butchers cutting fresh meat daily. Lots of folks from all around the region go to Buy Right for their meat department. And, of course, all of the other good things they have, too, including in that new store, Dave's Deli Hot Bar. Good place for breakfast, lunch, and supper. Also sponsoring our program is Crossroads Pharmacy. April Duggins and her team are there. They do a great job there on NC 68 Kings Crossing Shopping Center at Oak Ridge. And they do have curbside service, free delivery in a 10-mile radius. It's they say it's where great value and service meet. And that's a good way to say it, I believe. They do provide great customer service at Crossroads Pharmacy. Check out their Facebook page. I do that often. There's a lot of good information there. And, of course, they can help you get ready for the flu and flu season and for cold weather and things like that. When you need that those vaccinations, flu and pneumonia shots, they can take care of that for you, too. And they now have a location right beside Fuzzy's in Madison. That's Crossroads Pharmacy. Thank you for supporting our local merchants in the Stokesdale area. Remember how important it is to shop local.